Yo, what up guys, and welcome back to another video. And in today's video I wanted to go over the 2.5 update, what I think of it, what I think are the good things, the bad things, things that might need improvement, and just the overall update. And so let's just talk about the things first that I thought were very good in this update. And the first thing, I think to no one's surprise, is gonna be the story. The story of 2.5, in my opinion, was the best story that WoA has ever created. I think the emotional involvement of the characters, different ideologies, standing for what they believe in. Honestly, I really liked it. I would probably, if I had to grade it, I would probably give it a 9 for a gacha story. I really liked it. I'm not going to spoil anything further, but yeah. Go play the story, you'll know what I'm talking about. Besides the story though, there are things that I think need a little bit of improvement. And the first thing I wanted to go over, which they addressed in the patch notes, but also, you know, in the game itself, is gonna be the Dreaming Deep. Now, I've played Dreaming Deep, and I was honestly surprised by how easy it was to clear. It took me about around 10 to 12 minutes to clear an entire, film or theater, however you want to call it. And before, it took me like 40 minutes. So definitely a time-saving improvement. And the way they did this is by, if you are 15 levels above the enemy, you can clear it without fighting the enemy, which takes up a lot of time. My bad. But what I've also noticed is when you go into Dreaming Deep, is that all the fights that needed to be done to clear the stage, and even the fights that are like the same level as you, I don't know if I'm the only one, but the fights feel so easy. It's like not even fun. I go into a stage, I almost one-tap the enemy and then go about my day. Like, sure, having to clear fast is nice, and before, clearing in some stages was really hard, but I think they need to find a balance point, because for me at least, I don't know if you guys feel the same, but for me, this was way too easy. It wasn't even fun for me. Personally, this is just to get the rewards and not even a fun game mode for me at this point. By the way, if you guys know how to do the other films, or if they're locked, let me know. I don't know if they're like locked or whatever, but I can't do like the other endings, I think, or I'm doing something wrong. I don't know. So yeah, that's how I feel about Dreaming Deep. I think they need to find a balance point in terms of difficulty to make it more interesting. Because you can literally pick anything, do anything, and you'll win. It doesn't even matter. And the new event that literally dropped today, which is called Phantasma Dreamland. Honestly, I quite liked it. I did like the event. Maybe that's just, because I like this type of event. I don't know. I already played through the entire event, did everything. I cleared everything, as you can see. The only thing I would change about such an event is the difficulty. Like, you have to clear easy to do normal. What I would like as a time saver is, if you can clear normal, right, you can also clear easy. So either take away easy, but for the people who need a little bit more, time to get into it and to understand the mechanics, sure, let easy be a thing. But then also, if somebody just wants to hop into normal and clear normal, just give them easy as well. Because if you can clear normal, like I said, you can also clear easy. I never understood this, why they made it that you have to clear easy to get to normal. yeah, I personally don't get it, and it's just annoying to me. A little bit of a time waste, I would say. And you have to do it 6 times, so it would save me and a lot of people a lot of time, right? So yeah, that's how I feel about this event. I do feel like the event was pretty fun. At times it can be a bit repetitive, but that's with most events in WoWA and basically any gacha game. The same way the event in the at the anniversary with the chibis. The first 10 stages were nice, but the other 11 were not really. Got a bit repetitive, but that's just in general, right? Now I'm gonna go into the most controversial topic of the 2.5 update, which, surprisingly, is Prolova's new Echo set. And if you guys didn't know, Prolova's Echo set, the farming for it works a bit differently than normally. Because normally there are a couple ways you could get 1 cost and 3 costs. You can either farm them in the overworld, right? That's how I did it a lot of the times, with food and get the most echoes that way. But you can also go into this game mode right here, the Fantasies of 1,000 Gateways, and you can also get chests where you can get the preferred set, right? You can go into your bag right here. I'm going to show it real quick. You can go into your backpack. You can go into here, I believe. Hold up. No. This one? Yeah, this one. And then these ones. Normally, you could pick these chests that have either Windward Pilgrimage, which is the Cardathia set, or Flaw and Claw Print for Lupa, right? But as you can see, there's something missing. And that is Prolova's set. Normally, every time a new character would drop, they would drop these. So when Cardathia dropped, they dropped the Windward Pilgrimage, because you need a set for her, right? But with Prolova, they didn't do that. And not only that, you can't farm her Echo set in the overworld. Noted, you can, but there's a limit to it per day. So, if you go into the databank, that's where you normally, find your echoes. Normally you do this, and you do detect, and they're in the overworld. Makes sense, that's how you normally farm. But if you go into databank for Prolova set, you will see Dream of the Lost, let's do the 1 cost, doesn't matter really. Nightmare Havoc Warrior. It will send you to this, the Fallen Grave Nightmare Nest. And I think the concept of this is awesome. Because the concept is you can farm 1 costs and 3 costs really, really fast and easy. The only problem I have with this is that there is a maximum daily limit of 36 echoes. With the normal drop rate, let's say you are level 21 plus, which is the time you get guaranteed 5 stars and you have a 20% drop rate that an echo might drop, you'll get about 7 per day, which is not a lot, right? And of course, there are ways you can boost this. There is a meal which is called Sweet and Sour Pork, and it boosts the echo drop rate by 50%, so you get about 27, I believe, something like that. At least a lot more, right? The only problem I have with this is you can only farm 36, and that's not a lot. And I'm just wondering, why would you take away the ability of people to either farm in Dreaming of the Deep for the boxes and not get the set of Prolova in there, and also, besides this, not give people a way to farm in the overworld? For me, I love this kind of fast, all packed in one place type of thing. I love this. But wouldn't it be better if they just add such a thing on top of what we already have? Let's say they do this, they add this for Cardathia set. I wouldn't be mad. It would literally be an addition to what we already have. It would be great, right? But why would you give us this, but then also take away things that we already have. That doesn't make any sense to me. So yeah, what they could also do is keep this, but then in some way make this resettable, right? So let's say you have to spend, I forgot what it's called in Wuwa, but you know, energy. You can spend energy to reset it or something like that in order to farm the 1 cost and 3 cost echoes. Because I'll fast travel here really quickly. If you haven't done this, it is super easy to farm this shit. It takes like under a minute to get 36 enemies down, at least if you have a good team. So I really like it. I like the concept. I think the execution is just poor. And taking away stuff doesn't make us happy. Giving us stuff on top of what we already have makes the player base happy, right? Like, I don't get it, to be honest. But yeah, that's how I feel generally about this type of thing. And I think this can improve with the least amount of effort. Like, either let us reset this, which takes no effort at all, and give us the boxes, by the way, add the sets in the boxes that I just mentioned. Or you could go into the overworld and add overworld enemies. But if I was the Wuwa creator, I would probably give this a reset button in some form of way, and then also add the boxes. I think that's way easier, but that's up for them to decide, right? And I think a lot of people are in agreement with me that this is pretty controversial, how they handled this. So you can see, right? Like, look at how fast I can clear this shit. Also, you don't have to defeat all the enemies at once. You can just, literally you go in, and every time one dies, another spawns. So you just do this, press your ult, and you just go fucking ham. Bang, 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 bang. Easy, bang. Boom. Like, this shit is fast as fuck. Oh, little bit of lag, not of lag, but bad rotations. Like, it doesn't even take a minute. Let's be real, guys. It doesn't even take a minute. Beautiful. You press ult again, and then you're basically done. It takes that amount of time. Hup, 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 hup. And that's it. Like, the idea of this is awesome. Like, look at how many echoes you can get in one place. And it doesn't take all the travel to find new echoes and everything. This is really quick, daily stuff. I love this. But make it resettable, because this is not enough for somebody who wants to farm more. And you can't, right? You literally can't. Also, really quickly, this is less of an issue as this, but I still think it's an issue. The forecast echo, which is going to be Hecate, the nightmare version. Hecate is only farmable after you cleared the entire story. I can't show you this because I've cleared the entire story, so you can't see it. But why, Kuro? Why? Why? Literally, this guy was farmable without playing the story. Why would you switch up and do this to Hecate Nightmare? Like, in some aspects, they make good choices. And in some aspects, I'm like, what are they doing here? Like, why are they taking away some of her freedom, but then giving something in return? Like, I don't even know, man. Disappointing and promising at the same time, to be honest. I think the overall update, I feel like, is still very good, because I love the story. Yeah, that's basically it. Let me guys know what you thought of the update. If you agree or disagree with me on some points, or you totally disagree, you can also let me know. But yeah, that's it for this video. Hope you enjoyed it, and I'll see you guys in the next one.